I was at the Braveheart show last night, and I haven't been to a show in a while, man. It was good. It was good fun. I've my favourite thing about shows isn't the fights. It isn't the excitement or energy about it, and they're all great. They're all amazing things. It's actually the getting to see everybody that I don't get to see that often. Like just seeing all the fighters I know, seeing like the officials, like the coaches, kind of folk that run the shows, the production teams, like all these guys, because there's only a select few that do it. So I've done enough shows now where I kind of know a lot of them. Some folk more than others, but it's cool just seeing everybody. I just like meeting up with everybody. That's probably my favourite thing about them. So it was cool last night. Seeing all the boys for different gyms, a lot of fighters I know, and coaches and teammates and stuff. It was good. It was good fun. Good show up in the ice arena in Kirkcaldy, and it was it's quite a big production, but they done well. Some great fights, and it's only like an hour and a half away from me, so it's nice for a change. So, but it's got me right in the mood for next weekend's show, which is BMF. So, I felt a bit rusty. I couldn't get into a flow with this show at the start. I don't know if it was just because I've not done one in a while. So, kind of halfway through, I found my kind of groove and got into it. So hopefully it gives me a wee practice run for BMF too, and I can get into that for the get go. That one's usually a bit easier. It's usually those juniors that start it off, so not that they're less important, but it gives you a wee kind of few just to get warmed up and get into where you like to be positioned in different spots, because it's you're finding all that through the show. It's you find wee spots that you like, wee bits that look good, and sometimes you find a spot and it's like no to the last fight, and you're like, oh, this is a great wee angle, I got a great bit, but that's just the nature of it. Just got to get creative and look for stuff like that. But good seeing everybody. It's good seeing Ross for Leathered podcast. It does it with Paul Craig. For some reason, I just like that guy. I don't actually know him too well, apart from what I hear listening to their podcast. But he just seems like a real guy, if that makes sense. Just like a real motherfucker. Like, doesn't he really kind of sugarcoat anything? Just kind of says things, just speaks the truth. Kind of says how things are going, without any intention of that behind it. And I think you can see that in him. That comes through. So for some reason I didn't get to talk to him much. He came and sat next to me when I was eating my dinner on the break last night, and we started chatting a bit, but literally a couple of minutes, and then they shouted we were ready to go again. So hopefully the next show I can talk to him for longer, get to know him kind of a bit more personally. But it's a bunch of guys like that I just it's a lot of real folk in that world. I think just because the nature of what they do, fighting and everybody that's around it, like there's no that, at least the folk I've met, there's no that many folk that are kind of fake or trying to portray some sort of personality that they're not. So it's nice. It's nice being around folk like that. Aye. What else? What's been happening? I've not smoked or drank in don't know how long it's been. Since the last, I mean I'll know because it's since the last kind of video I done. This. Or at least I mentioned it in that one, so I'll be able to figure it out. But I have realised a few things. I always felt like I tried to justify smoking because everything's got pros and cons. So I guess I just always found the pros more appealing to me when it came to things like weed. Because I would, let me think about this. I would always try and justify smoking because of certain things, like I would always say like I like the creativity it gives me, which I do. I would say I like just the way you can think and process thoughts and even process life in general. You kind of see things differently, which I like about it, but I feel like the cons outweigh the pros, and I'm starting to realise that. For sure, I'm definitely more motivated to do stuff. And I would always, when I was smoking, I would always do everything I needed to do, but that was it. I would do my chores, I would still look after my family, I would, any important things that needed done, I would still get done. But then it would kind of stunt my motivation and drive to do other things or be great at things, or I wouldn't really, that motivation wouldn't be there when I was smoking. Which now that I've stopped, I want to challenge myself more. I want to get into competitions in anything, whether that's running, jiu-jitsu, whether it's anything. Just I want that. I want those nerves. I want that fear of failing, of being scared to do it, to be embarrassed if I flop. Like I want that now. Whereas when I was smoking, I think I would say I wanted it, but really deep down that I didn't, because I never really challenged myself or pushed myself to do anything. So I'm noticing that's a big difference, which obviously affects life massively. It gives you way more like ambition and drive to get after things, and I can't see how that could be a negative in any way. So I have noticed that. There was other things, but I've kind of forgot them. They might come to me. But I definitely feel in a much better and healthier place. I've been exercising a bit more, I've been running more, I've been tiling for longer. So the photography, when I went to do that full time for a while, because I was starting out, the money wasn't there and my name wasn't there, where I was getting enough work to get by and pay my bills, but Ken, it was like paycheck to paycheck. I was just getting by, and I kept telling myself like, this is what I want to do, and it's worth it if we're gonna struggle financially for a few years. It's worth it. And then when I realised that things that I love to do that involve a lot of creativity and creative freedom, I need to protect that. Like I need to keep that a hobby. I need to keep it fun. I need to keep it. I can't burn out with stuff like that, because that's where, to me, that's where the core of who I am is, and I can't trade that for money or any sort of incentive. It has to be for me. So when I realised that and I went back to Thailand full time, it was like I just looked at Thailand so differently. I looked at my job so differently. I hated it for so many years because I thought this isn't what I want to do. And it wasn't until I stopped doing it and saw it kind of from the outside that I realised that this is what I want to do. Like I actually love working. I love manual labour. I love just grafting. And that's what Thailand is. Thailand's it's like grunt work, you would call it in CrossFit. Kind of like farmers' carries and sled pushes, and that's what it feels like when you're working Thailand every day. Because you're just lifting shit all day, you're moving shit, loads of steps, it's like grunt work. And I think physically I need that to be sane and to feel healthy. Not just physically, but kind of in my mind. And then it's also way better money because I've been doing it so long, so I've built up a reputation and the skills in order to get high paying jobs. And it lets me leave the arts free for creation. Which I never realised is so valuable before, but I do now. It's just difficult because you feel like you're taking a step backwards, or you sometimes, I guess, folk would feel embarrassed if you can try to go for something and then along the way either realise it didn't work or it's not working, and then to go back to what you were doing. It feels like a failure, but it isn't. Aye. Oh well. I'll maybe do another one of these when I'm doing it BMF.